All right. So today I welcome Buko. So Buko, I have known you for how long now?
A year and a half.
Well,
Yes.
I think it was maybe even 2 years. So he's a client and we met at his workplace. So I'm not going to mention the workplace's name out of respect for the company. But this is just an example of workplace wellness. And we're going to obviously start there just because that's how we met. All right. So workplace wellness for you, do you think it's been beneficial for you and maybe other clients that you know also get it at the place you work at?
Yeah. For me, it's actually I can be able to like work around the hours and to be able to do my work and stuff like that. I can in the past I always like when you do your first job and you'll be like how am I gonna juggle the hours? Or
Yeah.
am I gonna be tired? Or because I spent my first year like being at home and start to work, and that for me was actually like this is now the real world.
Yes,
Facing
yes.
it. But for me it's been actually beneficial because I know for a fact that's the knock-off time for me. So there's actually more time to do at home and stuff like that. So for me it's been actually great.
Okay.
Honestly, it's been great.
Do you think more companies should have, social workers, psychologists that are available at workplaces for people that are struggling? Because after work, you don't have time and places aren't open if you want to go to, child welfare, or you want to go to a support group, or you want to go get help, speak to someone. Places like that aren't open after 5. So do you think more companies should do it for their employees?
Obviously, because my point is, you at work, you basically living almost like a double life. You at work, you this person, you at home, you a different person. So things that is happening at home basically can also affect your work at your workplace and stuff. And you will always need that someone that you'll be able to talk to.
Okay.
And sometimes talking to colleagues, you won't always get that exact advice that you need because you don't know what your colleague is also going through. So sometimes you honestly need another person's perspective to like look here, you can do it. You're just going through this now. It's not gonna stay forever and all like that. To be able for that person to be able to focus on the work and be able to feel better at the end of the day. Because honestly, people bottle up a lot of things.
Yes.
And they are scared to talk, and sometimes they bottle those things up and then they be like they want to just burst when they see someone.
Yes.
I can basically just walk by and already you can be like, you irritate me. Understand what I mean?
And in a work environment, that can also be dangerous and, time consuming, etc. If you act unprofessionally, but it's because of these built up emotions, but now you've got an outlet for it, I suppose. Does it show to you that the company cares about you as people?
Exactly, because my point is they care what we're going through.
Okay.
They don't have to know, but they care actually.
Yes, to hire someone.
Exactly. And they care what we're going through, and like they don't need to, like for them it's almost like they don't need to know, but they know for a fact there is definitely something going on. They don't have to see it in your performance or anything like that. They just know that everyone needs someone to talk to. It can be a best friend, can be a robot or anything, the mirror even, but they always need someone to talk to make themselves feel better.
All right. But now let's get to something interesting, Buko. So like he said, Buko and I have known each other for a year and a half. And just to think, if it wasn't for workplace wellness, I wouldn't have been there. We wouldn't have met, and he wouldn't be my client, and I wouldn't be a social worker. So he has decided to be vulnerable, to get to know, and also share his experiences, which I want to say thank you so much as well. I know it's not easy, but yeah, I think you can also help others maybe. So Buko is you isiXhosa, correct? Mom and dad?
My mom is closer. My father is Tswane.
Oh.
But he passed away. So yeah.
And when did he pass on?
That was, I think, I'm not sure of the date, the 16th of August, if I'm correct. Yeah, I was about 12 years old.
Sure.
In a train accident. And I was basically on my way to school. But, the disbelief that time, you'll be like, you're still a child, you don't know. So I went to school. One of my friends saw me crying and I was like, are you okay? Like, no, it's just something that happened. My father passed away and stuff like that.
But were you close to your father? Your parents weren't together?
No, they weren't.
So, but did you go to the funeral? Like, were you close enough to him to even have contact with his family, his side of the family afterwards?
Yes, I was actually close enough with my father since he decided to like stay in Kimberley with his wife, and I actually respected that. As young as I was, I actually
Yes.
respected that because I knew for a fact that he had love for me. I was his firstborn, and he always one time he actually told me he wanted to take me to boarding school, and yeah, for that for my father's side's family, they always loved me and I was close enough. I didn't feel like I'm an outside child. When I'm there, they treat me like their own children and stuff like that. And I was very close to my grandmother also. So for me, it was a very emotional time exactly because now it was like when the casket went down, it was like reality now.
Wow.
Father is like literally
And
gone.
I'm guessing he got buried like where his hometown, which
Yes,
is?
very hometown in Kimberley.
Yes.
And yeah, it was like reality.
That's where it hit you.
Reality is gone now. Just have to move on. That time you're not your child literally. So when you say moving on, you'll be like, okay, time to play again and stuff like that.
Sure. No, and now sometimes when you get older, it really does hit you when you become an adult. Or what do you feel?
It does actually hit me because especially when I visit my father's side's family, it actually hits me a lot because we would talk about him, and share memories and all this stuff. And yeah.
Okay, and also the real reason I so brought you here today is to talk, you are openly out, you're openly a homosexual, which is amazing because I think a lot of people are still in the closet. When did you know?
People knew before I knew.
Okay.
Before I knew because they would like be like, hey girl, and all that at a young age and have like okay, I would basically describe me what people call me Muffy. So yeah, so I just went with it and I was myself. And when I started high school, I can remember this one girl asking me like, are you gay?
Yes.
And I'm like, yes. Oh, just wanted to know. Like, okay. So like, what is gay?
Oh,
like,
how old were you?
I was 13.
13 years old, okay.
So I was like, what is gay? Okay, seeing the TV, two guys kissing, I assume gay. So like that.
So you never
like the
knew
kissing was for me. And I was like, no, it's when you actually act like a woman. That's what that was.
Oh,
they
that's
would
how
use.
you understood it. Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, but I don't act like a woman. I'm male. But okay, I'll take it as I'm gay and stuff like that. So that term actually, that gay term actually, I used it a lot. And when people ask me, am I gay and all this stuff, because it's honestly irritating when people ask you, you're gay. I mean, like,
it's like, okay, yeah.
My voice, point number one, my voice shows you. And basically, the walk, I don't walk like a normal person. I model. Without the red carpet, I model. So basically, those two things should already tell you that I am openly gay and all this.
And loud and proud about it.
Exactly. Like, so there's just sometimes you have to explain yourself for people and all the stuff. Like, and then they ask you, like, how did you know you're gay? When did you start being gay? I'm like, and first of all, being gay was not a decision for me.
Yes.
I didn't wake up and say, I'm going to be gay.
Yeah.
I didn't sign a contract.
Yeah.
Didn't go to Homofest. So for me, I've been like this ever since I was a child. Exactly.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, the whole controversy and, oh, it's a choice. Where I say to people, if it was a choice, do you really think that people would take the difficult route, of being seen as an outsider or, not having the typical white picket fence, getting married, having children, It's not easy. So why would someone choose that?
Exactly.
So yeah, that's I think why I wanted you on here today to share more awareness about it. And also being gay in the Easy Causa community. I think it's gotten better, but it's still there. I mean, it's still not really spoken of. It's something people feel ashamed of or will actually, tell me your experience as coming out in the Easy Causa community. How did your mom take it? How did family members, etc.? Did you ever feel like an outsider?
For me, I'll start with my mother. My mother knew from the moment I was basically a little boy.
Oh, wow.
So for me, it was almost like I didn't have to hide myself. I was like openly gay with my mom, especially now that my relationship with my mother is so close. Like, we can talk about the random things, especially about guys, and she can tell me basically I must look after myself. Wherever I go, she always tell me, gay people are the most hated. look after yourself, my child,
wow.
and I don't want anything to happen to you, Tell me where you're going. That's the
Okay.
first thing she would basically tell me. So for me, it's not still a battle with me and my mom. And with my stepfather, like coming into this marriage with my mom, he accepted me right away.
Oh, wow.
So in my heart, I basically felt like I never basically had to still build a relationship with him, or maybe like still check his dislikes or anything like that.
Yes. Or I felt like you needed to explain yourself.
Yeah, because honestly,
I am who I
from the
am.
first day, I took him as my own father, because that's how much I basically love him and care for him. So for me, it's family-wise, it's amazing, because I can still be myself to my mother and my father. Even basically my family from my mother's side, they all know who I am and all this stuff. And now you must know, I'm literally from my grandmother, I'm the second grandchild who's gay, basically.
Oh, wow.
Because my first cousin, who passed away also, he was also gay, got married, and he was openly, and people loved him because he was someone who cared for everyone. He had a lot of friends, literally. So everyone cared for him.
And you were at the wedding, weren't you?
Yes, I was at the wedding. I came where we had to eat, but yes, I was there.
Ooh, African time.
So so for me, it's been amazing, this road. I'm actually, compared to my childhood, I would say the road of my homosexuality now, is better.
Okay.
Because now I know there's people who accept me. Those who don't, I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
I couldn't care. Take it or leave it. This is who I am, and this is what you're going to get.
And that's what I always, I admire of you so much, is that this is who you are. Take it or leave it. Just like I have to do, or anyone else has to do with, you need to accept yourself with whatever it is, 100%. And now, the biggest question that I get from clients, the biggest question I get from people, dating life as being gay. Can you tell us, how is it?
It is horrible. It is tough.
Yes.
It's like you're climbing Table Mountain, and when you get there, there's no one.
Oh, goodness.
That's so tough, because you don't know
Is there no one in the sense that wants to be in a serious relationship, or is there no one because there's just no one?
It's all about fun.
Oh, okay.
It's literally all about fun, because
sleeping around, having lots of sex.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's all about fooling around, and by that point, you young, and as for the other gay people that I know, you young, you still want to fool around and all this stuff, but the fooling around stops when you're gonna feel lonely.
Yes.
You start to feel lonely. You'll be like, look at these gay couples. They're so happy and all this stuff. And you'll be like, it can be me.
Yes.
But what am I doing wrong? Fooling around. Exactly. Because, and another tough thing is, you don't know who's gay. So you might approach that person, and that person is not gay. And then what you're going to do? Because you've already, in your mind, you're already fallen in love with him.
Yes.
You get there, he's not gay, and you were disappointed, basically. And I can remember, this is one thing my friends love to do, is tell me, Chumi, that person is gay. I'm like, did he tell you?
Yes.
Like, no, I can see. What are you seeing? You're seeing him. What are you seeing? And one time I literally went up to this guy, and I was like, I confessed my love to him.
No.
But over message, luckily.
Okay, but still.
I confessed
but based on the idea that your friend said he's gay.
Yeah. I confessed my love and everything. He said to me, I'm not bisexual, neither am I gay, but I understand, and I'm not saying you are not attractive, but I understand what you're saying and all this.
Okay, it sounds like you handled it nicely.
I did, basically, because
Yes.
I didn't cry or he basically said me offer in a nice way and
Yes.
stuff like that. To actually hear 4 years later, he's actually gay. But
anyway, besides the point.
So I don't what was the point? But anyway, so it's actually tough, because now you are setting this whole thing of okay, you are looking at someone attractive, but damn, you're like I wish he was mine, but you don't know who's gay. But literally, being gay and going into the dating life and all this stuff is actually tough. But at the end of the day, things happen. I mean, you never know who you're going to fall in love with, but at the end of the day, it happens. It's just life. And especially for me, what irritates me is the closeted guys. You be like...
Okay, stop right there. So now you said just in general, the dating life is hard, okay? So if you want someone serious, it's hard because a lot of people want to fool around. Does it not... Because it's a lot of stereotype about being gay, especially with regards to dating and people just being unfaithful. Do you get upset when that happens, that stereotype, but then sometimes you find it true within your own life that you can't, it's hard to find someone that wants to settle down. That stereotype that gays are unfaithful and having fun and just go out there. How does that make you feel?
People have a lot of things to say about gays because this one guy, he always tells me like, I know you guys are unloyal, you're unfaithful, and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, not all of us.
Yes, you can't put us in a box, yeah.
I don't know a lot of gay people, but not all of us.
Yes.
But if that is what you basically, if that is your knowledge, then okay, this is what it is, because I'm not going to change your mind about it. But I know myself, and I won't say I'm loyal or faithful because I haven't been loyal to anyone. But I know for a fact, I know myself, and I would be loyal if I was in that situation of a relationship and stuff like that. But honestly, we gay people, we face a lot of stuff. So honestly, that is like in the last topping on the pizza. So it's...
What is the worst, on that note, what is the worst thing you've been told as a gay person?
God created Adam and Eve and not Adam and Steve.
They even tried to rhyme. Oh, wow. And when you heard this, how do you respond? I mean, it must be very hurtful to hear something like that.
I was like, Eve ate the apple, but yet we still by the gay pot. I was like, and there's so many things that's a sin. But the first thing that jumps in people's mind is like being gay is wrong. They don't even talk about lesbianism, but gay is being wrong.
And tell me your idea and understanding of being gay and religion. How do you find it?
Being gay and religion.
Yes, like a lot of gay people feel so torn away or so far from religion that because religion has said it's wrong, or some religions, that you feel so far of connecting to a higher maker or God, etc. Do you struggle with that, or do you believe and you practice your faith?
I believe in God. I love God. I mean, he has saved me from a lot of things. So I will never say like if God doesn't, if God thinks being gay is a sin, then no, I don't care about him and all this stuff. I can't say that because I love my God.
Yes.
And being gay is something that I can't change because it's in me already. And so if I'm basically going to be this person and going against the Lord's word, then I'm sorry, but I'll just have to do it. But I'm not going to change myself and be in a relationship with a female and fool her of loving her and all this stuff. And the other side, she's going to be, at the end of the day, she's going to be hurtful because girls have that thing of we must make memories, we must post and all this stuff. So you're going to post with someone and I tell you I'm gay, and then what now? It's going to be all over social media and stuff like that.
And then you go in lying, you are cheating. Surely that is more of a sin than someone that's been born this way, is openly practicing it, and has a relationship with God, like you said. You know, I don't think, my personal belief, I don't think a God of any kind can, hate someone that's honestly been open with their struggles. I just don't see it. Has a person that is in a relationship with a woman or a married man to a woman ever approached you, or do you know stories of it where they are in the closet?
I haven't actually heard story of it. Like I said, I'm not friends with a lot of gay guys, so I don't know their experiences or anything like that of married guys like approaching them. But I've heard so far about those married men who actually hide and get married to women and all this stuff. And for me, it's actually sad. I mean, you married, you have kids. You decide, you're 40, you want to be openly gay. And I'm like, wow. Why weren't you honest in the first place? You literally went through that whole thing.
Knowing the truth.
And now you decide, okay, 40, 50, I'm not going to be openly gay and all this stuff. I'm like, it's actually sad.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's sad and painful because now you have to hide yourself so people can't see you and people can't judge.
And also, on perspective of the partner, did you lie and cheat to her? I mean, what's worse, being lied to your whole marriage or being cheated on at that point? So it must be very difficult. And have you ever, or one of your friends or someone ever been hooked up or been intimate with someone that is in a relationship and they found out afterwards?
No. unfortunately. But they
No,
would
that's fortunately, it's good.
they basically would actually be in a someone I know basically was in a relationship with this guy, but he also had a girlfriend.
Wow.
So they actually, yeah. So sometimes, and this friend would tell me like, and sometimes when he's drunk, then he actually calls me and he's like, yeah, and then we hook up and stuff like that. I'm like, and you staying in in this
And
relationship?
his girlfriend has no idea.
No idea, and it's been going on for 7 years.
You just don't understand. Some people just have too much time on their hands. I mean,
Yeah.
and also to keep up with the lies.
It's too much.
Yeah, so because you won't be the first person to have told me this. You know, I've heard of it before, and it's sometimes so hard to believe because it's never mind lying to others. Like, to lie to yourself, like to look in the mirror and lie to yourself, it must be exhausting by the end of the day. Truly. So, and are you currently looking for a relationship now?
Definitely. I feel like I have to settle down and all this stuff because I'm honestly not getting any younger. I'm like literally I'm so old.
And how does a relationship seem to you? Do you want an open relationship? Do you want a closed relationship? Do you want to have children? Do you want to get married? What do you want?
I want to get married, but in a later stage, like a later age, basically. And I want a close relationship. I only want the journey to be between me and my boyfriend and all the stuff. So for me, it's like okay, I'm ready to settle down now. I want to be in a relationship. I just want to be happy. Someone who can basically make me happy. Because there's different things that makes you happy, but it doesn't last like that long. It's just momentarily there. And when that happiness is gone, what are you going to do? You see? So instead, I want to just confide in someone, knowing that I can tell him my struggles.
You want a best friend.
Exactly.
Yes, as partner.
I can tell him my struggles and all this stuff, and just communicate. There should be communication.
Yes.
If you're upset with me and I'm upset with you, please let's communicate and sort this thing out because it's gonna affect our relationship in a bad way. And you know me when I'm angry. So I tell you I switch off that phone, then you will see how you're gonna message me.
Change numbers.
Email me.
If you have it.
So
if I haven't blocked you off that as well.
So yeah, and about the kid story, I've raised too much.
But you've got a younger brother, right? So you practically got a son raising there. Yeah.
Jumping on the bed, I can't do it.
At least you know you won't fall accidentally pregnant. That's a good thing. Yeah. You know, I mean, that's the one plus. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, but yeah, and whatever you want, I'll give it to you. No, but like in marriage and stuff.
Okay, marriage. Okay. And tell me, there is, something that people say. I want to know if there's truth to it. They always go, in gays, or actually lesbians, but seen, that you gay, feminine and masculine. Do you get a feminine gay or masculine gay? Is there some truth to that?
Yes, there is definitely.
Okay, explain.
I will say I'm basically 40% feminine. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. 60% feminine and 40% masculine. So one time I was in the shop and I was like coming there and I was waiting on the long line. And people don't know, maybe we'll see like work clothes, strong, independent man and stuff like that. Like in the shop, waiting in the line, So as I was but this long line is and those people who came to the shop came from other places most now. They stay really far and then they work and they have to travel, but they have to first go to the shop to buy something and stuff like I'm now waiting in the line. Someone who stays in that community has to wait in their own shop in the line. I'm like, Nia, ik kan nog nooit zo lang weg hier. Die mensen moeten winkel opmaken bij je werkplek and all this stuff. And my auntie was telling me, I'm like, this guy tell me at work about what you were saying in the shop, and she was like, when he turned around and looked at you, what small voice do you have and all this? I was like, don't judge my voice, I can't help it. And I was like, but sometimes when I feel then my feminine, then I model and all this stuff, but then I feel 40% of the masculine is why bro? Nah man,
I don't picture that for you.
People look at me like, oh, you're now a man now. I'm like, nah man, don't tell me that, man. You see, nah, last me, man. Peggy, let's smart. I tell this to that girl, and she look at me like, who are you talking to? It's smart, stuff like that. So they were really shocked,
yes, so that you can turn it up.
You can actually do that. Why don't you stay that way? I'm like, I'm already fat. I weigh 100 kgs. I can never stay like that because you guys roll too much. Honestly,
Yeah.
You guys roll too much, and for me, it's like it's just funny, man, that I can just switch it up. And for me, and what's lovely about my sexuality, I can talk about it whenever I want to and still make fun of it. Don't you make fun of me, I will make fun of myself, and then we all laugh together. Despite anything people say about gay people, I will make fun of myself, and it will actually make me feel good. Doesn't matter what it can be and all this stuff. Like,
Do you think it's a protective thing that you do?
it is for me actually a protective thing.
It's like you beat them to it because I assume that they're going to say something nasty, so I'll say it first.
Exactly. So I want to clear the air there already before you say
But
anything.
who says they were thinking it in the first place?
Well, I assume you were thinking it.
You've seen those.
I assume.
And so would you say, can you admit that, okay, I prefer masculine gay or I prefer more feminine gay? Do you have a type?
I prefer masculine gay.
Okay.
Because we both can't be feminine. Because we're both gonna cry when we fight, when we argue or something like that. So you must be able to tell me, like my ex one time, like he cheated on me with this beautiful girl actually.
A girl? Oh.
So he was like, so my cousin always wanted me and him to fix things. So and he was like, and she was like, ik kan niet meer met jullie doen. Jullie place terug ons money for. I'm like, no, he started first. He cheated first. So like, so what now? Why are you going on? I cheated. So what now? Don't you want me back? The audacity. I took him back.
Oh.
I took him back because he couldn't live without me. Anyways, but yeah, so I want someone to put me in my place.
Okay.
Just match my energy, but put me in my place when I'm wrong and all this stuff. Because I like a little bit
in the gay community, is it normal? Like, for example, you go on a blind date or you go meet someone on an app and you meet them and you go, okay, you were more feminine than I thought. Is that appropriate to say? You know, oh, I don't think this will work further because, you know, if we're intimate or just in general, I'm not looking for more feminine, I'm more looking for masculine. Is that seen as rude or is it just seen as the norm?
For me, I will say it. I will say it because I feel like it's appropriate and I need to tell you now before it goes on. Because if I don't tell you now, then...
And you don't want to ghost the person, you'd rather just tell them this is not my preference.
Exactly. But I remember I ghosted one guy, but okay, that's in the past. But anyways, I will tell you literally that it's not going to work. Okay. I will tell you straight, it's not going to work. But thank you. Nice knowing you. Done.
So sometimes will you go on a date to someone because sometimes you base it on images. You can't judge judge a book by its cover. Or would you chat and then talk about it openly?
I would chat.
And then get a feel from it and then maybe know and then go on the date?
I can't, basically, when it comes to a chat, I can't really say.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't at all. So it's best that you meet the person. And then you meet the person, then it's like, you're scared who's going to fall in love first because guys spoke so nicely on the phone. Now it's a different thing when you guys see face to face. And that's why I can't go on a blind date. I must go with my eyes like this.
So give me, if you want to share, the most awkward or embarrassing or interesting story, maybe of your personal life, like a date or something that happened that is worth sharing.
I would say I spoke to this. Okay, I'm not sure if it's embarrassing or sad. I spoke to this one guy and we spoke. I was in George that time. I spoke to this guy and I was busy on my phone. Everyone is enjoying and he posted me on Facebook, always like loving your life and all this stuff and all. I was like happy to the moon. So I tell him when we're gonna meet. Just to know. Okay, so the next night, so I went home. So I was sleeping and I woke up, obviously. It was all night thing. So the next day, the evening, his boyfriend sent me a message. I was like, hi, am I talking to this guy's name? Someone, all the stuff, like, yeah, and all the stuff. Yeah, I can't actually remember so correctly. But then he sent me a message and he spoke and it was like, but the boyfriend is telling me about his boyfriend that I'm basically chatting with, about his personality and all this stuff. It was like, and he's a good guy and all this stuff. He's great. He can clean, cook and all this stuff. When he drinks, it leads to another thing. He likes to cheat. Even if he's sitting there, he will cheat on you and all this stuff. But never mind, like, mind you, I was literally thinking I was chatting to him. or chatting to a friend. Just to know that this guy that I was basically chatting with was chatting on his boyfriend's phone.
Oh.
And his boyfriend is basically telling me to take this guy. And I was like, why would you do that? He says he's tired of his cheating and all this stuff. And I'm like, so now the guy that I'm chatting to tells me that, yeah, but I'm going to leave him. And then and he stays with him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to leave him and all this stuff. I'm like, and leave him and stay where?
Yeah.
By me.
You're just gonna go.
With those kids, I say, I'm so never. You can take him back. It's fine. You can take him back.
So he's just a couch hopper at that point.
Take Timo back. Because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stay with someone that I don't know, especially when it doesn't work. Me, I will eat a whole cupboard, but me, I can't let someone else.
And this is just the dating. Like you were just chatting.
How
did he jump to moving in?
I was just chatting and telling me that. Emma, the worst part was he asked me 100 rand for a job interview for someone he doesn't know.
No. He's already showing his colours like that, then run.
I show him a bank balance of last year. That's 000. I showed him that. I'm saying that's all that I have, my love. But I'm sorry I couldn't help you. But I hope you get somewhere. Because you were staying with someone, but you're asking me.
Okay.
Yo, guys, you really think I am an ATM, no?
No, at least you know from the beginning.
No,
some people get deep in and then it's too late.
Pink is expensive. It's like you're walking in life, but you have a price tag at your back. I can't. It's very expensive.
But do you take the in the traditional society where the masculine man in a hetero or homosexual relationship has to like pay for the bill? Is that the same in the gay community? So if you're more mask, would they be expected to pay the meal for the first date?
It's not them, they want the money.
So this guy was mask, the one that asked you. Oh.
I was like, you then the one that basically wanted the money. So for me, masculine men, they honor that. Oh, it's fine. The bill is on me. No, that's in movies.
Okay.
We will see. We don't even go on dates. We just meet each other and talk. That's all.
And maybe some extra stuff as well.
Yeah.
And maybe some sexual stuff on the side.
Not a bit sexual, but somewhere along the line there.
Next time, I must force you to first go for a dinner date. Just so you can get some food out of it. Just so before anything else happens.
Oh, yeah, because I really need to eat. Because I always tell the guys, I need to eat before anything. Honestly,
Yes.
I need to be full and all the stuff.
Yeah, so to a man's heart is through his stomach.
I can't.
And life is expensive.
I don't wait this for nothing. I gotta eat, honestly. But yeah, it's been, honestly, with guys, it's been a lot actually. But you just laugh through it sometimes.
No, you can, but sometimes it's like you also just want a nice, healthy relationship without the drama.
Emma, I've been a third wheel too much. I've been a third wheel way too much, honestly.
It's your turn now
I'm
for someone
always
else
there.
to be the third wheel.
With my friends, when my friend go visit their boyfriends, I'm literally always there. Because for me, at that time, I'm comfortable, because I've always had the problem of, okay, maybe your boyfriend won't like me, won't feel comfortable, because at the end of the day, I'm not a girl. I'm literally gay. So for me, it's like I just want a little respect. But I will never come to that point of telling my friends, no, this guy's not right for you and all the stuff. Look at him and all the stuff. If you love him, my dear, love him all the way.
Okay.
It's yours. You chose him. I didn't choose him. He wasn't on Idols and you chose him. You chose him because you loved him and all this
And
stuff.
you stay because you love him.
Exactly. So for me, it's now, I'm done now. I signed my contract for being third wheel. I'm done with that now.
All right.
Me,
You're resigning from the job.
I want to be now the wheel that
So
is
if any listeners are listening and they think Buko's cute and like his personality, go ahead, message him up. But first, maybe let me approve. No, I'm joking. But first, he wants a dinner this time,
Yeah.
Dinner, talk, and, the preference is mask, so don't come on. And if you femme, it's not going to work.
Another date, I eat my burger with my hands. Me, I don't fork and knife.
No fork and knife.
I don't even know where the fork and the knife must go.
I find it so weird, even as a white person, when I go to places, and we are South Africans, regardless. And I like, why are you eating with a knife and fork a piece of chop? Like, you eat it. Take that chop with your mouth, or chicken breast. And people want to, what is that?
I can't, honestly. My auntie, when I go out with my auntie, she loves to tell me, you are holding the fork the wrong way. These people, they can see us. Who are you, Aretha Franklin?
Yes.
I couldn't care. Me, I'm going to eat it with my hands.
I've never...
I can't.
Yes.
Ooh,
No, I don't even want to know what side it is.
No,
Doesn't
me, I eat
matter.
it with my hands. So why must I now look at people?
Yeah. So, is it a green flag to start seeing or dating someone that hasn't come out to their family? Okay. Why is it a red flag?
Because if we've dated for at least 6 months, we should be able to like introduce each other to our families. Like I want to take you to my mother. My mother should approve. Even if she doesn't approve, we will make her
Yes,
approve.
yes.
And I should be able to go to your family and your mother approves.
I think it's also when you've come out so early,
Mm.
and now almost like you're like 25, and now I must go through that with your family. You know, that's not sometimes your job. It's like, you know, so yes, I think it's better, but also it's a bit, it gives you question marks. Like, why haven't you come out? Am I going to be a dirty
Exactly.
little secret? Red or green flag that someone that's openly dated women and men quite frequently. Do you think bisexual is truly 100% true? Okay, why?
Stick to one gender. Because now mixing it up, it's gonna cause a confusion to the people that you're actually dating. Because now you're gonna date the gay guy, and then you come out of that gay relationship, you're gonna date a woman. So for me, at that, you never show. I mean, because girls I always hear this from girls. It will be heartbroken for them to be cheated on with their partner cheats on them with a guy. I mean, you would leave me for a guy. No, God gave me something a guy doesn't have, so why would you cheat? So for me, it raises a lot of questions.
I think
actually.
also when, you know, when you talk about bisexual people, you're like, oh, and if I was dating someone that's bisexual, I'm already worried and going to maybe be jealous of someone of my own gender. Now I'm just worried about both genders. It's like everywhere you walk, you're like, it must be quite daunting. And knowing that you aren't the preference or not the preference or you are, but it must be very different.
It's very.
Like it takes a really strong person within their own sexuality, I suppose.
Because now I have to walk with you in the mall and a girl walk here with a nice vegan body and you be looking like this and I'm like, hello, I'm also vegan, let's go. And you'll be like looking at this girl. So me because a gay guy wouldn't want to be cheated on with a girl like my ex did.
Yeah, I think,
So it's
either
actually
way, because
sad.
you wonder, was this whole thing a lie every time? Is it a red or green flag to be dating for 6 months and it hasn't been made official? Why is it a red flag?
You must make it by me official by the first month already.
Ooh.
I want to know, are you serious?
Do you think you have high standards?
I also feel so.
I think like maybe it's from your past. Like it's the trauma. I need to protect myself now. I know what I want. And actually good for you.
So first month, make it official.
You need to know what you want.
You're not dating only me.
Yeah.
You're dating my whole luggage.
Yes.
You're dating all my flaws. Understand? It's just not dating one person. Because now I'm going to introduce you to my friends also, my family, and more
Fair
other
enough.
people, even work people. So you're not dating me only. We have a
Yes.
lot of people in a relationship. You need to be able to accept all my flaws, my baggage, and everyone who came with me in this relationship.
Brilliant.
I will do the same for you.
Yes. And by the first month, you should know.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I think everyone's different. But if that's what you want, I'm also just so proud of you to go, that is a boundary or that's a limit for me or that's a necessity for me. And you're not going to just not say that or not practice that because you're scared you're going to hurt someone's feelings. You know, at the end of the day, that's what you want. So own it. All right. But thank you so much, Buko, for being on the show.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
No, it was super fun. But you'll probably be on here again some other time. But yeah.